All right, back in UB for another day. I wish I could have done this dispatch from where we were actually last night, but we got to sleep late and had to wake up early, and there were also people sleeping with us in our traditional Mongolian gur. So close quarters. And it was raining outside. There was a lot of things going on. So yesterday morning we woke up at Hustai National Park, where we saw the Takis, which is a much easier way to say the Przhevalsky horse, and made our way actually from one side outside of Ulaanbaatar to the other side of Ulaanbaatar. So we actually went through the city and met up with I guess I've heard them called a herder family. It was interesting. The patriarch was I guess he's a park ranger, but the family also owns a small herd of cattle. But they live outside of the city on their own little plot of land where there sits a gur, which they let us stay in that night, but also a more permanent constructed home, which is where they slept and lived. I actually think the gur had been built not too long before we got there. But we came and lived with them for a day to see traditional Mongolian games, mainly the ones played with ankle bones. So I think I mentioned earlier we saw a game during Nadam called ankle bone shooting. This is a little different. These are the same ankle bones. They're the ankle bone from a sheep, but they have a whole set of them, and they're used like dice, but four-sided dice. So they can come up one of four directions, and there are many different games that they can play with a four-sided die. So we learned how to play all of those. We learned some games that are played with fingers. And it's funny, all of them last for a really long time. And I think it's because when you're sitting in a gur during your long winter, you need some way to pass the time. So we had a great time learning all of those. There were a bunch of kids around who we got to play with. And then we actually got to go out across, down the hill where they lived, across the highway to more of a plain, more of a steppe, which is where their herd of cattle lived, and where some of their friends were having a picnic out at another gur, which they also owned. So we got to see what a traditional Mongolian picnic looked like, and we got to try a lot of drinks, milk tea, vodka, and yes, the fermented mare's milk, which I'll leave my reaction to that for the video. But we also got to see how it is made. So much stuff happened, and then today we're taking a break. We hit the ground running with Nadam, and then 2 days away from our hotel on the road. So we're taking a break here for a day, and then after today we start our interview series. So look forward to that, and I'll talk to you guys later.